Welcome to After the Final Bell, a podcast about what happens when an adrenaline-fueled career comes to an end and real life begins. Hosted by UFC striking coach Mike Gonzalez and YouTube bounty hunter Trevor O'Connor.
It's not just about fights anymore. It's about what happens when the gloves come off.
And the real adventure begins.
Join Mike and Trevor as they chat about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Life after the final bell isn't always easy, but it's always interesting. This is After the Final Bell.
Wouldn't these astronauts be doing some kind of interviews with people? What do you think this is?
I don't think they were supposed to.
You're not supposed to talk about it?
I don't think so. It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
They got to make sure that they're covering the narrative. Are we so divided that we're okay with basically our team cheating to get the win?
This is cheating in a way where it has like serious repercussions down the road. You know, it's not like just like winning this one thing.
Right.
You know, it's not winning
We're
this
talking
one
about
thing.
generational
We're
change.
talking about generational change for people, and that's where it's like it's become too much.
But just understand that just because you vote with your heart and I vote with my heart, and it's not completely aligned because we live different lives, doesn't make either one of us evil.
No.
You know, what makes it evil is when that person crosses a line and does something
To make it evil.
to make it evil.
Yeah, to make it evil. Yes, I agree.
10 individuals connected to sensitive U.S. nuclear and aerospace research
Gone.
have died or disappeared in recent
That's
years.
crazy.
There's a study. There's people that are kind of digging into it. Is
Like-
comedy something that can be measured as far as a winner?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like if you think a comic is funny, I might not think that guy's funny.
Right.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Gonzalez.
And I am Neil Armstrong.
Well, this is After the Final Bell, podcast about life after an adrenaline-fueled career comes to an end
And space flight begins.
and space flight begins. Yep. Neil Armstrong. Huh? Did you go to the moon?
My
Just
dad-
get back or what?
That was my dad.
Oh, that was your dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Junior. You're junior?
Junior.
All right.
It's easier that way.
Does he still have his spacesuit?
Oh, I think he passed.
Oh, okay.
I probably have it then.
You probably have it somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever been to space?
No.
Oh, well then, never mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what you're
You
talking
want to know
about.
about this stuff?
Yeah. I wouldn't know what you want. Wouldn't know what you're talking about.
No, I did read today. I was just looking around for stuff that we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And NASA says there's possible issues with the heat shield on the Artemis rockets. But we just been firing them off.
So it gets what, 5,000 degrees. What are the,
Double lava hot.
Yeah, yeah, that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they got a heat shield. Okay, that they could possibly
That's a good idea.
Sure. What kind of windows are those things made out of that they don't melt?
Double lava heat shield windows.
I don't think that's possible.
But I think on re-entry, there's no windows. Like the little capsule.
Yes, they can see out.
I don't think so. They just float down. Because when I just saw the video of when the Coast Guard opens the
Hatch.
hatch, I don't think they can see out.
Well, if they can't see out, then that makes more sense. But
It still doesn't make any sense
It
that
doesn't.
we have to drop the re-entry pod by parachute into the water.
you can get out there, but you got to like.
Yeah, on the way home, it's going to be a pain in the ass. That's the dumbest thing ever.
It's like
You have a great mission out there. You have all this great science you're bringing back.
but
But then
we need a parachute, guys.
then your chute fails. All that science, gone.
Yeah, then they're supposedly making already the Artemis 3.
Yeah, they're getting ready for that.
And then they said they're going to make a space station up there.
Well, there's already the International Space Station.
No, they're going to put one on the moon.
Oh, I thought China was doing that.
I don't
Did
know.
we debunk China because we flew to the backside of the moon? And they've been saying they're building a spaceship up there
And they're not.
or a station up there. And everyone was like, oh, I guess they are.
You think that was their mission to find out?
Yeah, but then we went up there. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Scott Riley.
Sorry, it was a little difficult to answer my phone when I had a drill in one hand, standing on a ladder, drilling through rafters, running wire. So
Oh, yeah?
I figure I'd call you after.
So if you had all that stuff on your hands and someone called, it was a really important call and you answered it, and then they said, this is what it sounds like to get hung up on. I love doing that to him. He gets so mad. One of my favorite things.
Oh my gosh. Now he's got to get his stuff back in his hands.
Well, he probably won't talk to me for like a week.
Oh, a whole week?
I make him so mad, dude. So mad. Should I tell him?
You might as well tell him. Yeah, you might as well tell him. Anyway, they're going to make that, they're going to build a space station, they said.
But where's the China space station?
I don't know. I don't think it's up there. I don't even think they went up there.
You don't think but the moon is inside the firmament. We can get there. Even the flat earthers say it's possible.
Okay, so it's possible to get there.
The flat earthers are good with it, then everybody's got to be good with it.
All right, so maybe they're just lying that they got there first and they didn't.
That's what I'm saying. China was no one ever going to come up here. We'll just say we're doing this shit.
Do you think, wouldn't there be, or you think it's against their rules and regulations that, wouldn't these astronauts be doing some kind of interviews with people? Or do you think this is?
I don't think they were supposed to.
You're not supposed to talk about it?
I don't think so. It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
They got to make sure that they're covering the narrative. We could probably get an interview with them.
We should.
If more people
hit the join button.
Hit the join button.
Yeah, if you hit that
we
join
had the
button.
budget for it.
Oh yeah, put them right here.
We could have an astronaut right there.
And then for
Just imagine it. Wait,
yeah.
just. Oh, that'd be good.
That'd be good.
Fun,
Yeah, I see it. I already see it right now.
Mm-hmm. Neil Armstrong III.
Yep, right in there.
Just ready to go, telling us all the secrets. But first, you got to click that join button. It's $1.99 a month. Can you imagine getting an astronaut here for $1.99 a month? Dude, that's 10 out of 10.
That'd be 10 out of 10.
Now, I mean, if you really wanted the astronaut, you would go with team member. That's
The
$4.99. Yeah, you could do that.
You could have him a couple times.
You could do that, and I would appreciate it.
Oh, big time.
I would. But yeah, you should click that join button. The benefits of that are you get 5 or 10 minutes before the podcast where we're setting up and just usually making fun of me. That happens a lot while we're setting up. Or we catch Kay Miller off guard and say some out-of-pocket shit and make her mad, and then she leaves us.
You say.
I was going with we.
Yeah.
We feels better.
We in there.
We feels better.
You got to change that to I.
So all that goes out live to members. You also get to be in the live chat during the recording of every podcast. And then at the very end, we say goodbye to the public and we go back to members only and we answer questions out of the book. 3,000 questions about us, where members get to select a random number. Mike and I answer the questions. Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes
They're like, nah. So we still got a lot of
But
questions.
it's a good time. No, definitely click that join button. It really does help.
Yeah.
And it really does support us. What else? Oh, join the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen a bunch of people joining the Discord.
Well, join. That's free.
If you are watching right now and you join the Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. There's a link on the channel. If you join the Discord and ask a question in the general chat, I promise I will respond personally to them this week, all this week.
Okay.
And we can hang out in there. I can do more polls. I was doing polls, but I was polling myself.
You're answering yourself.
And that's painful. So anyway, join the Discord.
That's like talking to yourself.
Yeah, you can give us feedback there. You can things that you would like us to talk about.
You can say whatever you want there.
You can make fun of things that we talked about that we didn't know anything about, but we pretended a lot. That happens.
I like to pretend too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Make believe. Yeah.
Like Blue's Clues.
Blue.
Just make believe.
Yeah. So what do you?
Rise Coffee. I am on the Rise Coffee.
It's delicious. Rice coffee is good. I got JD on the rice coffee.
Yep. RyeSuperfoods.
I need to order some more. I need to order some.
Yeah, order the good bag. If you use Trevor Does It 15 at checkout, you'll get 15% off your order. And you'll also be supporting the channel because we're supposed to get a little kickback from that.
And it's actually good and it works. So it's not just
it really is.
It's not just an infomercial for.
If you have, if you're bloaty and you have inflammation, it cleans out your system. It like slims things down. I mean, if you exercise all the time and you don't have any body fat, you won't notice that part. But
yeah,
for the rest of us that get bloaty, that is probably the number one key for me, along with clearing the brain.
Yeah, focus and all that.
Yep. So anyway, Rise Coffee. My wife said to remind you guys to go to Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
Team Awesome Ring Shop on Etsy.
Go check it out.
There's a bunch of stuff that I've made over there. Coin rings, spoon rings. I'm also been making some really cool copper wire bracelets. So, I mean, we can put those on if people are interested, but
yeah.
That's a lot of that. Member, thank you.
Oh.
Stacy Marie 6922.
Stacy Marie 6922.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
She has been a channel supporter for 35 months.
So what? One more month? That's what, 3 years?
Yep.
Dang! Look at that, Stacy.
Stacy Marie 6922. We appreciate you.
Stacy Marie 6922.
And if you're a member, there's a good chance that I'll spin the wheel and your name will pop up and you'll get a live shout out. Yeah. Ooh, spin the wheel, make a deal.
Yeah.
I think that's all the
housekeeping.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it done in the front now.
Look at that.
I keep getting in trouble.
That was quick. We got it done right away.
And Kristen yells at me when I don't get it done at the beginning.
Yeah.
She's like, "Why? If you're going to do it at the end, why?"
What's the point?
Yeah. I'm like, well, because I have friends.
I guess you got a point. Oh, what do you got on topics today? We should talk about some topics. We should follow topics today.
Topical?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was, what state would you move to if you moved out of Colorado, and what state would you absolutely not?
Okay, so I would move if I had my choice. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
if it's retirement time and you're like, I'm going to move there to spend the rest of my days walking the dog.
I would like Montana.
Ooh, it's cold in the winter.
I would like Montana.
You don't mind the cold though.
No.
He's like Elsa. The cold never bothered him anyway.
That's right. That's probably where I'd move. Where I would move to, where it's super hot. Really, there's not one specific place.
So the AZ, you wouldn't move to Arizona?
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to move to south where it's real humid. I know my skin loves when it's humid.
Me too.
It loves it, but I'm just not for the sticky hot. I just don't like it.
See, I would do.
If you know how older people, they're always cold.
Yeah.
Maybe Montana would switch my mind if.
Then you'd be up there and you're like, dang it.
I need to go to Arizona or something.
Dang it, it's cold now.
But I think Montana, that's that kind of like.
If you stay chunky, I don't think you get cold.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my choice.
For me, I would never move to California.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I don't care if a network bought us and said we want to move the whole production there. We're going to pay you guys crazy amount of money. I think I say no. I'm not moving to California.
I'm not.
I don't support their politics. I don't support the crazy homelessness that they just help
give money to.
Yeah.
No.
Their taxes are ridiculous. The only thing you want to move to California for is if you don't ever want to work and you just want like governmental handouts. You can move there.
Yeah, that works.
But I'm not into that. Where would I move? Obviously Texas.
Yeah.
I would move, honestly, for the right situation, anywhere on that Gold Coast.
Which is
Louisiana, Mississippi.
Oh man, the swamp scares me.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Was it Alabama, Georgia, Florida? Like that whole piece.
That area.
Yeah. Any of those for the right situation would be cool with me. I would love Montana or North Dakota, but you know me, I'm not doing the winter.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it's not happening.
Not happening.
There's no joy in
but
that.
Texas would be fine for you. Mm-hmm. Archer City, Texas.
Archer City. Dude, I would buy a house and live in Archer City right now.
Are they expensive over there? They probably can't be, right?
Dude, I found a 3-bath, 2-bed. It was an older farmhouse, but it had been remodeled on 5 acres for $110,000.
You can't even buy a condo.
You can't even buy a tough shit in someone's backyard for that. Here.
No. I mean, you could maybe buy the tough shit, but that you ain't gonna be able to afford the.
I saw another one that was
upgrades.
It was a nice ranch style house.
Uh-huh.
I want to say it was 2 bedrooms and an office, and like 1.5 bath, which is not bad if it's just like me and Kristen.
Yeah,
it's a little hard to share bathrooms with a lot of people.
A lot of people.
But it was on like 17 acres, and it was like $145,000.
Oh, geez.
And it was surrounded by like 800 acres of farmland.
Oh.
So there's no neighbors.
No. Just the cattle. Or whatever.
Crops,
growing.
whatever they got going on.
Yeah. Dang.
And just think if you get that and they give you permission to shoot the hogs on the farmland.
Which
they probably would.
It probably wouldn't be hard to get permission.
No. If you promise to only shoot
the hogs
and coyotes,
yeah,
they'd probably be all right with it. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that would probably be.
There's not really.
I wouldn't move to the East Coast.
Nope.
Especially the like Northeast.
No, I'm not doing
like
from like North Carolina up off the board. It's too cold.
Maine was nice. It is cold, but Maine was
nice.
But
it's cold.
Maine was nice.
Not doing it.
So you got to go warm. Yeah, so you're kind of stuck in the.
Yeah, that whole bottom little piece.
Yeah.
No California.
No, hell no.
I probably have a hard time with Arizona.
Just so
because it's dry hot.
It's dry hot, and it's just
worse than here.
There's no like.
I mean, it's cool because like you could camp year round and do cool fun stuff. But it's
when it's 100 degrees at 11 o'clock at night. It's like this is stupid.
But they do have like Lake Havasu.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
But if you lived in Texas, you could just take the camper over.
Yeah.
And just go for the time and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes Texas is too hot too, though.
Yeah. You guys are done for the season, right?
Yeah.
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
So when do you start back up? September?
Mm-hmm. It's just, I hate that we're done.
Are you really done?
Tough.
Or do you guys go for work?
Well, we'll go down for work.
Oh, okay.
Just to do some upgrades and
yeah.
Jason just bought a couple new septic tanks, so we're gonna redo some septic there, and then we're gonna add some new guest housing, which I think is gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
But we need to have Jason on to talk about that. I don't want to blow up his spot.
Yeah.
But we're doing some cool stuff down there. All right, now we can go topical.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Do you ever watch Storage Wars?
Do you
remember back in the day?
Yeah, I did. I did watch a few shows. I didn't watch the entire seasons, but I did watch them. One of the guys died, didn't he?
Yeah, Daryl Sheets.
I don't know who he was, but
he called himself the Gambler.
The Gambler.
He was he was a white dude, kind of. I don't want to say hillbilly, but like of the group, he was kind of
the hillbilly.
That guy.
Oh, okay. He was older now, right?
Yeah. Well, no, he was in his 50s, I think.
Oh, jeez.
He hit the self-checkout lane.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is weird. I mean, it goes to tell you, though, just because what you see out there, everything is like, oh, I'd trade my life with his any day. You know, a lot of these people. Would you really, though? But then
like if you, like right here looks good, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you start.
Yeah, it's getting deep.
It's like, do you really want to?
And that's the thing, like, you don't know. You don't, I mean,
damn.
You don't know if it's personal demons or, you know, did he get involved with some shit that he just is unwilling to kind of rectify now?
I mean,
because you look at like a lot of those
possibly
like Hollywood types that we've seen over the last couple of years, especially that are in some weird shit.
Yeah.
And what if you wake up one day and you're just like, oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And there's no like, I'm just going to stop doing this with you guys.
Just got to live with it. or hit the self-checkout lane, you know. But dang, he hit it.
Yeah.
Do they still film that show?
There's got to be a variation of it. There's no way they ended that show. It was a cash cow.
It was. I want to know how they found those.
Well, there was a lot of.
How did they find? I mean, I know a lot. You know reality TV, so it's like not as real as people think it is.
Sure.
Right.
Now there are allegations that some of the storage units were staged to an extent.
Oh, okay.
Like they put certain things in there to kind of spice it up and, you know, make it more appealing. I mean, they definitely have storage unit auctions.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time.
I've always
They have
wanted
them
to
here.
go. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, they have them here. And I mean, in the heyday of storage wars, even trying to go to them here, people were showing up like it was like.
They were going to find the.
And it was Baller Central. They were really overbidding on stuff.
Really?
Because they just wanted to be.
They wanted to get their.
That cool. I'm like, dude, you're not on a show.
And there's probably not.
It's still just a storage war.
Yeah, and it's not. You're probably not going to get any of that.
Yeah, but I bet now your options are a lot cheaper.
Because there's
because it's kind of died down.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Damn.
It's just like anything else. Whatever's hot and you want to get into it, you know, that's the wrong time because it's
hot
and it's picked over so badly. You know, when you've got 25 guys there vying on one storage unit, you're never going to, get the right price because.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I went and there's a bunch of guys bidding, I would just bid it up for fun.
Get them right before you're like, okay, that's good. All right, yeah, go ahead, bye.
I'm out. But I'd run them up a little bit, just
get it going.
Yeah,
keep it exciting.
Yeah,
he hit it. Dang. All right, so he's
out.
Yep, he's out for.
A couple things in the political world. Virginia voters just passed a referendum redistricting Virginia now.
So they're doing what California did.
And Texas, yeah. And the thing,
Texas did it too.
I think Texas,
but Texas
was going to do it, or California was going to do it. One of them was going to do it first, and the other one did it to try to balance them out. Like if they're going to do it in redistrict so that they get more Democratic voters there, we're going to redistrict to get more Republican voters that count here. And man, if I pare it down to the simplest terms, are we so divided that we're okay with basically our team cheating to get the win?
I mean,
going all the way back to anything competitive in the world, it's like if you're not cheating, you're not trying, or if you get a warning, you better use it.
This is cheating in a way where it has like serious repercussions down the road. It's not like just like winning this one thing.
Right.
It's not winning this
one game. We're talking about
generational
We're
talking about generational change for people. And that's where it's like, it's become too much. And I know, and you know why it's like the Texas like did it because it only makes sense because California did it. Those are too big.
They were like, if they do it, we got to rebalance it.
Yeah. And it's like big electoral like votes that they get. And that's kind of dumb. I think that's kind of dumb. I think they should probably find better people to run
rather than
and have an actual
cheat the system.
Yeah, have an actual campaign.
When you're tilting the scales in one party's favor either way, it gives them the chance to run candidates that are maybe lesser.
Yeah,
because it's already a win.
Yeah, and if
like the other team can't win.
Yeah, and I feel like when you put candidates that are lesser, you can make them do things to make them look bad.
Yeah.
So you get what you want. Does that make sense?
100%.
No, this is what we're doing. You're going to do this. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. You can get that puppet. Mm-hmm. You're like, listen, you couldn't win any other way. No. We're going to put you over there to win.
Yeah.
But you're going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah. And it's just, I feel like that's what that does. And it's just not, if you're on any side, or should I say, sorry, no matter what side you're on, if some of that doesn't like go into your mind,
doesn't feel dirty,
like to really like say like, man, this is not right.
Yeah. See, and this lends back, and I mean, excuse my stupidity, because political people jump on it all the time. They're like, well, this is that way because of this. And I'm like, is it? This is why I'm okay with everything being a popular vote.
Yeah.
Like if Colorado gets 4 Senate seats, your top 4 vote getters.
Yeah. It's crazy how like there's only some things that are popular vote, and that's the like those amendments that come every whatever years, and the governor and mayor and all that other stuff. Like those are popular votes. Why can't the ones that actual count?
Well,
be
presidency is not a popular
popular?
vote.
No, and it should,
which is dumb.
It should be.
Every vote should count equally, no matter what. Well, and that's where this redistricting stuff comes into play. Is when you're talking about like Congress seats. Well, they're out of each district in a state. So if they redraw the lines to make it so that if there's like a stronger portion that's, you know, the opposite party, and you redraw the boundaries so you take out some of them, but not enough of them that they can outvote you in their new zone.
Yeah.
But now you've taken some of them out and they can't outvote you, but now you've also weakened their stronghold. So it just, I mean, it's so
dirty, dude. It is dirty. Do you think they would give up if they're like, okay, we're going to redistrict, but everything's going to be a popular vote?
Well, redistricting wouldn't matter at that point.
That's what I mean. Like, would they be like, well, never mind? Or would
well,
they
yeah.
say,
I mean, there'd be no reason to do it.
I think they should do that. They should say that because.
Sure. And I understand some of why they have like districts to vote on things, because like people in Western Colorado don't see the world the same as a lot of people in Eastern Colorado do.
For sure.
So they want that representative from their side of the mountains to go and represent them.
Which it makes sense.
Where, I mean, yeah, if you take it as a popular vote, let's take Colorado, and I'm making these numbers up. Okay. This is purely for discussion purposes. I have no idea.
Yeah. These are not actual numbers.
And
guys.
do not take political advice from us.
Yeah.
Because
zero.
neither one of us are political science.
Yeah.
So let's say you take Colorado, and this is where the popular vote could kind of hurt things. So let's say you take Colorado and you say we're only doing popular vote. The concentration, okay, and we're completely arbitrary. The largest percentage of Democrats are going to be in the city.
Yeah.
Like in the Denver metro area. And outside of that, you're going to have smaller populations of more Republican areas. Because the more country you get, the more Republican voters normally are. So that being said, it's possible that you take the vote in Denver outweighs all the other votes in Colorado, because
the people,
that's where your concentration is. But is that so bad? Because you have it, and this sounds shitty, and it sounds like, oh yeah, in a perfect world, I could just get up and move. But if you look at, we've talked about it before, but if you look at states like countries, you have the opportunity to move to a place that they govern based more on your ideals.
Yeah.
So if Colorado is ruled by Democratic law because the largest majority of the voter base is Democrat.
Yeah.
You know, well, you don't have to live here.
No.
I mean, I like living here just fine, you know, but if you're mad about the politics and everything's a popular vote and the Democrats take over Colorado completely, you know, they're like, we are run by, you know, a Democratic government. Now obviously Republicans can run against them and try to flip it back, which is going to be tough, because if that happens and people are like, well, I'm just going to go to Texas.
Yeah.
Because they're ruled more along the lines of my political values. So all of the conservative or Republican people move out of Colorado to a state that is governed more by
the Republicans.
Yeah.
What do you think the state that would run with like an independent type thing would be a better? I kind of think so.
It'd be kind of cool at that point.
Because at that point, it's like everything's down the middle.
Sure, you go with, there's a state that goes, listen, we don't agree completely with either side. And because it's a popular vote, you can put this, you can get this guy or gal in office who isn't tied to a party. In some, there's these states that are just 50-50 kind of. And that it's easier to vote for that independent than it is, if you vote for your party, there's a chance you're going to lose. But if more people vote for that independent, it kind of blends the parties together, which that would be awesome all the way around.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've said it before, but I still go back to, I truly believe in the old way when the person who won the popular vote for presidency was the president. Mm-hmm. And the person who came in second was the vice president.
That would make more sense.
So if you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat and you win the presidency, that's great. But as the Democrat, I become the vice president. So we have to find a way to work together.
I would think that would cause less problems in that there'd probably be no government shutdowns.
Well, because we got to work together.
We have to figure it out together.
Both parties are in,
because if you can figure it out together,
right?
Everybody's gonna buy it a lot easier.
Sure.
Right? Especially those people that really look at the politics like, they follow it like it's
well, if you take away the fact that one party like has this major control.
Yeah.
And it goes in swing, like a Republican gets elected and they usually stay in for 8 years. Mm-hmm. And by then things are so divided that end up with a Democrat who's then in for 8 years and it swings back and forth.
Yeah, it's just like
and everything that the previous president did, the new president is unwinding and doing what they want. And then when the new president, they unwind it back the other way. Yeah. But this way, if your president is one party, your vice president's the other party, and they're like, here's the get along shirt.
Yeah.
Get in that office and figure it out.
Yeah.
That would go pretty far, I think. I would probably vote for that type of system over.
I would probably vote that type of system over
controlled it is now.
Because there's really nothing you can do.
No. I mean, right now it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean? Like
we as voters, it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Everybody gets all in these.
Everything is voted on by dollars from outside interests.
Yep. Because they'll find votes somewhere if you get the right dollars.
Yeah. Oh, you'll find them. Remember we talked the other day where the down in Pueblo they were doing what was it? They were voting on something. They were doing congressional votes, I think, and they had to stop and do a recount and figure things out because there were 80 more votes cast
than people
that were present for the vote.
How does that?
That's a problem.
And what's funny is I bet you not everybody voted because there's people that don't vote at all.
People that abstain. Yeah. Well, no, this was like at a conference.
Oh, okay.
So they were there.
Oh, they were there. Okay,
they were there for that purpose.
Okay. So everybody voted, but there's 80
So they knew how many people were there to vote for these.
That didn't throw up any red flags?
Well, yeah, it was. But I don't think it. I think it was like oh no, we fixed it. It was just a glitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. A glitch.
But it's stuff like that. I mean, what do we do? I think things are getting so separated right now, especially even more today than it was a week ago.
It is bad. It's really bad.
Something has got to happen soon that just kind of brings and I don't want to say like we need a revolt against the government as the people because our people are so divided that you can't even figure that out. And people are talking about civil war, and that's not a good. I mean, Americans killing Americans is a bad idea.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the world will be happy.
Sure.
But that is a horrible idea.
But we're at a point now where things are so like tepid. There is like angst so much, and I mean, we talk about it a lot, but there are families that won't talk to each other.
Oh.
Because they believe.
Which is crazy.
If you believe in that person, then I can't ever be around you again.
Which is
really
crazy.
because we lived our whole lives coexisting just fine.
Now you can't. 40 years later, now you can't.
Now we're there, huh?
That's so stupid. That is so dumb.
And there is though.
20-year
friendships ended.
That's crazy. Then we're never, if you're going to end your friendship on that, we're never really friends.
People,
right?
Family members who just
like
absolutely won't speak or won't go to family functions because that person might be there.
I'd rather you be upset with me for a little bit and be like, they're still mad. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Dude, I would rather go, listen.
So
you're my brother, like real life brother. I don't agree with you politically, but I know you as a human and I know that your heart means
good,
even though you see things different than I do. I would rather have someone like you on the other side whose heart I know.
Yeah.
That ultimately if it pared down to, the bare minimum, I know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I may think you're an idiot.
But that doesn't change that I know that your heart is.
Right.
But how does that, okay, so do you think so you got a pair of friends or brother, sister, whatever. They disagree. They quit talking to each other because of the way that they vote.
Right.
Right. One is one way, one is the other. The person do you think it ever happens where the guy that votes the wrong way because everybody's mad at him says, "Oh man, this isn't good for me anymore. I'm gonna go back here and vote." Do they pick up right where they left off then? Oh, you came back. Oh, yeah.
Come on back in.
Yeah,
you're welcome back to the barbecue. Come on in. You don't know. I mean, if people switch to the party that is most comfortable for the rest of their family, or I don't know, dude. And I see so many people where, like, they've been 20-year friends or cousins or brother and sister. And because they believe a certain way or vote a certain way, like they will say that, like, that I no longer acknowledge that person. They're evil. They're pure evil. Are they? Because I have a lot of friends that have completely skewed or different political views than me on certain things. Like some things we'll agree on, some things we'll be completely like diametrically opposed on. I don't think they're evil. I think they just see the world through the eyes of their life.
Yeah, which is probably better than seeing it through somebody else's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're voting with your heart, I don't have a problem with you.
No.
But just understand that just because you vote with your heart and I vote with my heart and it's not completely aligned because we live different lives, doesn't make either one of us evil.
No.
What makes it evil is when that person crosses a line and does something
to make it evil.
Yeah, to make it evil.
Yes, I agree.
Like I mean, obviously I'm 2A big time. But I'm also a pretty big proponent of equal rights.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part is I'm equal rights. Equal.
Yeah.
Not special rights, not extra rights, not
extra. What's extra rights?
Like I don't believe that anyone is placed above someone else when it comes to.
I thought you just make some rights of it. Like here, you can have. You can have those too.
You get the right to make popcorn after midnight. I don't get that right. No, I'm saying like. I believe if we all believe in equal rights, equal, no one above, no one below. No right on either side is weighed heavier or lighter. And trust me, dude, I get it. Like I'm gay rights, but to the point where it's equal rights. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not going to place your rights above my rights.
No, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes have that. They feel like, oh yeah, I'm equal rights, but are you really? Because if we start throwing things in there,
equal,
we can probably find out real quick how many are not really equal rights.
But see, the thing is, I'm pretty hard line about it across the board. I don't believe. I mean, equal rights is equal rights, And I believe we have to hold people accountable to those equal rights on both sides of the coin. You know, if a company, you know, if they're touting equal rights, but they won't hire a gay guy, you know, and they try to sweep it under the rug and whatever, that's not equal.
Nope.
And that needs to be dealt with. Or it's a company that decides they're only going to hire trans people. Well, that's not equal either anymore. No. You know, it's just equal. Like my vote is the same as your vote. Your rights are the same as my rights. Yep. And you know, and it always comes, we talk about it all the time. It comes around to trans all the time. It's kind of that weird sticking spot. Equal rights. You are an equal person.
Mm-hmm. But
it doesn't change your physicality, though.
No, not at all.
You can't, you know, if you're a man, born a man, and you become trans, great. Fuck, I don't care, dude. I don't care.
I don't care either.
But you're not going to enter a boxing match with my daughter.
No.
Genetics and physicality, that's not equal.
That is not equal. I don't care. There's no
and we've
way.
talked about it before. I'm cool with 3 bathrooms, so everybody's comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
A male bathroom, a female bathroom, and I'm okay with whatever bathroom.
I mean, I walked into that bathroom. Said I got to get out
because
of here.
I want my trans friends to be just as safe and comfortable as I want my wife.
For sure.
Back across the board, I want them to be safe. I want my wife to be safe. I want my daughters to be safe, but I also want you to be safe. I don't want you to feel like you physically will get harmed if you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yep.
Nobody should get beat up for that.
No.
But and we're not talking like segregation. We're talking safety and comfort. You know, it's not one is above or below the other, or one is
kind of that's just, man, it's just so hard to that's just common sense.
Yeah.
I think.
And that's the thing.
It's just common sense. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So,
yeah.
Okay.
And we got to get off that.
All right.
Sorry, a few political things today.
Oh.
Georgia Democrat David Scott, 80 years old, dies days after casting his final vote in the House. But this is the 5th member of Congress to die while in office over like the last couple of years.
Really?
And we've had it where they're just so fucking old.
80 years old is like...
Dude, we had it so that we've got congressmen, we've got politicians that are just like, they are crypt keeper old.
Or like people on the Supreme Court.
They're just so like, how are we trusting them? We know that they're not making the vote.
Listen.
Someone is telling them
how to vote.
Yeah.
Or they probably vote and be like, here, sign here.
There's some lucid 80-year-olds that get it, but there's also a lot of
80-year-olds that don't get it.
And you see some of these people that are elected officials, and there's a lot of them in like city and state government.
Did they say how he died?
Well, probably old fucking age. He's 80.
So obviously there was something wrong.
But do we need to have
no, we don't.
Age limits?
I think there has to be like. Well, I shouldn't say that because I guess people that like Trump, isn't Trump about to be 80?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that
How old is...
But here's the thing, dude. Like,
I don't think you should be 21.
You have to start worrying about cognitive decline.
At what age you think?
Well, look at Biden's whole presidency. Everyone talked about that dude was just a babbling... Well, if you're stepping back and looking at things from 10,000 feet with no... Some of the things Trump says are equally as fucking weird, babbly. Like, you're like, dude, what the...
Well, even like, okay, so...
What the fuck are you saying?
Since I feel like we sometimes pick on one side than the other, we'll pick on Trump a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks like he's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like...
Well, and it's pretty well known that he's a very late night person.
Yeah.
Like, he stays up late. And he's not a big fan of morning. And so I think, like, when his schedule makes it happen.
Yeah.
But that's an old person thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that that he's mentally incapable of being the president. But I will say that, we've got to watch out for mental decline.
At
I mean,
some
some of the shit he says, I'm like, that's not normal. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
not.
guys heard that, right? That is fucking weird shit.
Everybody heard that.
Sure.
Everybody.
Just like Biden. The whole time Biden was the president, everyone was like, that dude sounds like he has marbles in his mouth.
Can't understand shit.
But we're talking about fucking 80-year-old people running our government.
I feel like there's got to be, there has to be an age limit, but there also has to be like if you're a guy that is 80 and you really got it all together still, like, I guess, okay.
But
I don't think you are. I don't think that we're, you know what I mean? Where at some point we start to,
But we're looking at things for the greater future of our country.
yeah. I also
So,
don't think somebody that's,
If there's an outlier that's 80, that guy's still sharp, I'm sorry if you got excluded from being able to be president. You were like the 1 in a million who maybe was sharp enough to do it. I'll still take my chances at
the younger,
guys that are 40 to 65.
yeah.
I think that's a solid age where, you know, like politically their mind is there. They can look at things pretty sharp.
Yeah, but yeah.
I personally do not appreciate having a president, I mean, that could just fall asleep and not wake up. When they're that old, shit can happen.
You think, what would that be like?
Oh,
Then,
geesh.
then you got mass chaos.
It just doesn't like, and it's not ageist. It's proven that mental faculties decline over time.
Yeah.
It's just, it's no different than in fighting.
No.
It's no different.
No.
You see some guys that are still pretty sharp and still got it, but they're 40.
Yeah.
And guess what? They start to fucking slow down.
Mm-hmm.
They start to eat punches.
Same thing in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd be okay with age limits for sure.
There's got to be age limits.
One of the easy way to get age limits in is to put term limits. You shouldn't be elected to your position for 40 fucking years.
No, you're not that good.
40 fucking years? At 40 years, you're telling me there's no skeletons? There's no one pulling the puppet strings? 40 years?
No.
I don't know a single person who is completely incorrigible, like that just can't over time be tilted in one way or another. You know, it's just like when we talk about girls becoming prostitutes. They don't wake up at 13 and go, I want to be a prostitute.
No.
You know, there's these little tiny things that happen along the way. Same thing with a politician. Over 40 years, there's not like one little backdoor deal that kind of twisted you a little bit. And you're like, oh, well, that wasn't so bad. I got away with it. Oh. And then it's like a little step. And then you turn around and look back and you're like, ooh, hope nobody looks at all my shit.
Yeah, age limits, term limits.
Term limits help age limits.
But it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't
Sure,
benefit.
if you can only do
the thing
2
is,
terms
the
of
thing
anything.
is like, we'll never agree to that because the one thing both sides agree with is if that happens, then nobody's going to really have control.
Well, yeah, and it's a money thing.
You know what I mean?
Those people are not. It's not power because they're great politicians.
No.
It's all of those backdoor deals that money took care of. Why do you think that all of our politicians make $150,000 a year but are worth $12 million?
How do you get that?
Dude, I'm not worth $12 million.
No, me either.
And maybe I've just got it wrong. But I make okay money.
You didn't check the right boxes. That's
I
why.
guess, but I'm just somehow I can't make what I make a year equal $12 million. At all.
You're still trying to figure that out?
Yeah. I can't figure the algorithm out.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Let's see. 10 individuals connected to sensitive U.S. nuclear and aerospace research
Gone.
have died or disappeared in recent
That's
years.
crazy.
There's a study. There's people that are kind of digging into it.
And I seen on X yesterday that they arrested or they detained or somebody that was leaking some kind of information or talking about some kind of information about the nuclear program.
Right?
Like, what is how do you get 10 people that do this, not the same job, but in the same realm
disappearing?
And we're disappearing.
And it's not just a guy that's like a clerk in an office and he was...
And why do some of them live in Albuquerque, in New Mexico? What is there?
Yeah. a lot of desert to hide bodies in.
And they just like everything.
It's just weird. Like when there's a high enough number of people within an industry that are just either dying mysteriously or disappearing, there's a problem in that industry. There's something going on.
Yeah, and
that's big money at work.
Yeah,
that's big money. Those people probably weren't sticking to the program,
and or they were, and they're like, nah, this is not right.
That's what I'm saying. They're not sticking. Like they're not sticking to the big money program. So they're like, dude, what we're doing is not like, this isn't what we should be doing. This is not okay. And then they're like, oh no, I think it is. Do you understand? And they're like, no. And they're like, that guy we need to hit delete on that person. And then they just keep moving along. I mean, it's like for a long time, how many people, the big, I want to say joke, but not joke, was if you crossed the Clintons.
Yeah,
you got into a car wreck.
It's funny how it's not a joke, but it's not a joke because it actually does.
Yeah,
seems like it does happen.
Yeah, if you cross them, you end up in a really bad car wreck often.
Yeah,
or mysterious heart attacks for
something
super healthy 30-year-olds.
I don't know. I was reading. I didn't read into it, but I was looking at it like last week about how like this one person like just like up and left and was fine, and then never came back. Like went for a walk or whatever they did and never came back. And then
like disappeared?
Yeah, like one of the 10 or one of the whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
they were just like, oh, I'm just going to go get some fresh air.
Yeah, and then came back. Or do you think they know just and
don't ever go get fresh air?
And obviously they know too much information, so they got
right. You can't just let them wander off the reservation.
That's kind of weird, man. Who would want a job like that if you know that at any moment?
Yeah, if you disagree or you step out. And it's that thing when you grow a conscience and you start questioning things, that's when that's when all of a sudden you find out who's controlling all the shit.
Who's looking into it, you think? The government? Or
the guys who do it? They're like, nothing to see here. Nope, just natural. All natural. Nothing bad here. Don't you worry. Nothing bad.
That's super suspicious. I'm going to go on YouTube tonight and dab it in. Yeah. I'm going to see what I can find.
You want to dig a little bit?
Just because I'm curious.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people in one like little like whatever.
Industry.
Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't like just like some file clerk.
No.
It was like
yeah.
Big people within the industry.
They have information.
Yeah, it wasn't like
the janitor didn't just go missing.
Just did a bunch of meth and died. Yeah. I don't know. So yesterday's 420.
Yeah.
Which is Earth Day, right?
Yeah.
Is that today or yesterday? Yesterday, right? 420.
Yeah.
Is Earth Day still a thing? I didn't see anything.
Well, I feel like the last few years people are like, it's Earth Day, but I seen a couple signs,
like
but that was
a post.
I don't even think I seen a post, honestly. I seen a couple like things out and like somebody like had a little thing like, oh, it's Earth, like a
one
business,
person,
like a business had like it's
a
Earth
banner,
Day. Yeah, a banner, yeah,
so that they could appease the
yeah, yep. So that's all. I don't know, but I don't understand where Earth Day is. What you supposed to clean up?
You're supposed to do things that help
the Earth.
Yeah, like plant some trees or pick up trash or. Just make the Earth a better place.
Okay.
I did see a ton of posts about Columbine, not one Earth Day thing. Which I truly believe, like the teacher, Dave Sanders, and the 11 students who had their lives taken at Columbine here in Colorado in, 2001?
Oh,
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I believe absolutely 100% that needs to be, that bell needs to be rung every year to let them know that, that people are still remember what happened. But globally, you would think that Earth Day would, like I should have seen, because I have friends from everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you'd think I would see more
Earth Day
posts, but I saw way more Columbine posts, which I'm fine with. Like,
but shouldn't we do?
But I need more Earth Day.
But shouldn't we be doing Earth Day every day?
Yes, but it's just like anything else. Like you have to declare one day to be the day that reminds people to take care of the Earth.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Or just take care of that.
Or just take care of it.
Yeah, be a
And
steward.
then, that's what, 25 years ago that the Columbine shooting
Yeah,
happened?
it's been a long time.
Wow. Yeah, that's, damn.
I mean, what's the expectation of Earth Day now? Do you go on a hike? Do you go on a hike and pick up some trash?
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never done anything for Earth Day, so I don't.
What's the right way to do it?
You know how I found out?
Reduce your carbon footprint for the day?
You know how I found out what Earth Day was?
Huh.
Well, found out about Earth Day?
In school?
No, actually. went to Corner of Fight in North Carolina, and it was on 420. I got there the 19th, and then we went to the event, and they had like this big old like market, and they had people walking and doing stuff and cleaning, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? Earth Day. I was like, oh, maybe they must just have Earth Day here. I thought it was just
North Carolina, just that town.
Yeah. So that's how I found that out.
Yeah.
And now when I see it, I get what it is. But
You still think of North Carolina every time?
I didn't see anything for Earth Day this year.
Yeah,
Nobody. I mean, include myself. I didn't really do anything either. So
No, and it's not like I would like to say I could be a better person and at least do something to reduce my carbon footprint for a day. Because how much does that help? But I will say we're pretty good about, if we're out and about, we meaning my wife tells me to, like if there's trash, we pick it up and clean up things, and don't just unnecessarily, even at the ranch, if we have to cut down a mesquite tree to do something, man, there's like a committee. Like we come together and we're like, is there any way we can do this without cutting that tree? I mean, there's mosquitoes everywhere. But one single tree, and everyone's like, all right, well, is that the only way? So, I mean, I think conservation, and as hunters, conservation should be paramount. It should be in the forefront of your mind, which would then lend to being Earth Day every day. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think if there was like, because we're stupid Americans, I wish there was like a schedule of events for Earth. Like on Earth Day, you should pick one of these events. Not a rally, because you see 10 times the trash left behind at a rally than anything else.
That's the
Anti-Earth Day.
Here, go do one of these.
Yeah, go do this. There's this park needs cleaned up in your area.
Okay.
Sign up to go do that. Okay, I can go pick up some trash. Let's see. Can we lighten things up?
All right.
Kevin Hart has a comedy competition going. I think it's a show where he's kind of
like Netflix or something.
I think it's a Netflix thing.
But what does that mean though?
Is comedy something that can be measured as far as a winner?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like if you think a comic is funny, I might not think that guy's funny.
Right.
Because everybody has a different sense of
Dude, I've a million times have found a clip from comedian that makes me absolutely lose my shit and laugh. And I show it to my wife and she's like,
that's stupid.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't get it. And she's like, no, I get it.
And there's also too comedians that I laugh at that one joke that's the only joke they have that I like.
Yeah. The rest of it, you're like, eh.
Like I don't think that it could be.
I don't think it's subjective enough to be a competition.
I don't think so either.
How is it? Like in a race, you know who won.
First,
right?
The one that finished first.
Yeah, the one that got there first.
But how do you judge it? If everybody laughs, because everybody's gonna probably laugh, right?
Yeah, by the time you get to the Netflix comedy competition, you're pretty funny probably.
So who do you?
But then you have a bunch of judges who are probably other comedians. So now it comes down to, is your brand of comedy
what they want
align with their brand of comedy and they think it's funny, or is it the opposite? And they're like, oh, I just didn't find you funny. And the rest of the world's like, that dude's hilarious. I just don't.
I don't know. I don't think you could judge. There shouldn't be a competition.
I just don't understand. Comedy to me is not. It's not subjective. It's not measurable.
No, because isn't that the idea of like the open mic? You just go up there, tell your jokes, and
try to figure out your set, work through your material, find out what people think is funny that you write.
But to have a competition.
I mean, the competition is called ticket sales, I think, isn't it?
Normally, In that kind of competition, I think
it's like musicians.
I feel like, and I feel if you do a comedy competition, I don't know if comics are going to be themselves as far as like, you can tell when a comic is good because
they're going to try to write the set that appeals
to the people.
Right.
Right. And it's like that might not be you though.
Yeah. I'd rather see. Yeah. I just think the only way that comedy can be measured would be through ticket sales.
Yeah.
If you're funny enough that you start booking clubs and then you start booking theaters, then you start booking arenas, then you win comedy.
You're the winner. No, you shouldn't. You can't. I didn't even hear about that. I got to look that up then.
Yeah, it's just weird to me.
And where are they getting them from? You have to win the comedy competition.
Oh, I'm sure your local area has something, and just like American Idol, like they'll have American Idol tryouts here.
Yeah.
That are never televised.
Okay.
It's like area has these little like run-ups.
Yeah, and in singing you can for sure have a competition because you can tell who's good and who's not.
Can you?
Kinda.
What if I hate it?
What if you hate what?
What if you are musically pure? Like you are great. But I just think that what you sing fucking sucks. Same thing, right? Subjective.
Well, the only thing I ever think of as sucking is if you can't sing what you're trying to sing.
Right, but let's say as a judge, I like country music better.
Okay.
But you've made me a judge of this music competition.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that comes up that is a phenomenal metal singer. Like in the metal world, people are like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. And in my world, I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. Not cool. I'm out. Does that make them not as good?
Well, if you get you got to get judges that are pretty open. See, like I would be a good judge. Not that I know music, but like if I'm thinking right for all kinds of music. But if you put the metal band up there, I'm gonna be like you say
a little more.
Yeah, I'm like this is kind of stupid.
Yeah. See?
So I couldn't. But there's got to be somebody that likes everything.
Is there?
There should be.
I think there's a bias in everyone.
Yeah. I don't understand.
I may be open-minded and I go, oh, it's a really good metal band. I mean, I was in the music scene for a long time.
Yeah.
And I interviewed bands that I just didn't think their music was, like, I knew they were musically talented, but I could only listen to like 2 minutes.
Then you're like,
before I'm like, oh, that hurts. But I know that they're good. And in their genre, they're like just absolutely killing it.
Killing it?
But to me, I'm like, wow, dude, that's really repetitive in my brain. But then you could get somebody on the other side of that. Like you get a metal guy that's a judge and you put, we'll say Morgan Wallen before he's famous. You put him in that same competition and the metal guy's like, man, he sounds like every other country singer. It's the same 4 chords, ECG, let's go. But then all of a sudden, Morgan Wallen is probably one of the premier ticket selling artists in music right now.
Yeah.
But I guarantee there's people that think he's absolutely a talentless hack.
Oh yeah. Just like anything else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else, they suck. Well, I don't know, do they?
Good, yeah. Subjective. That's why it's hard. Competition, to me, competition comes down to a physical feat. Like in a boxing match, you know who wins?
The one with the 10 race.
Yeah.
But and too, like music, people say, like, there's a lot of music I don't like. Do I think they suck? No, I don't, because I don't like the music. So,
but if you are in charge of deciding who makes it to the mainstream,
who's making the money?
You're not going to put the band through. You're like, I mean, I know they're talented, but I mean, I probably wouldn't listen to them. I mean, you're going to go with what you're like, they're good and I would listen to them. I'm probably going to be a little more energetic towards them.
Yeah. Unless they're selling a lot of tickets, I guess. I don't know.
But that's the selling tickets. It's not a competition. Like you can't put judges in front of something as subjective as comedy or music. The only judge is ticket sales.
Unless they make the show leaned a little more towards one person. and the other comics aren't as good.
Like if they tilt it,
Yeah.
they're like, we need this guy to win, so
Yeah.
everyone else we select is going to be
Not as good. I mean, then,
not as polished or not as.
so then maybe you can.
But that's not a competition.
It's not, but that's
That's not a competition.
if they win.
That's not a competition though.
But what if they say, you're the winner? You won out of the 4 guys.
And then everybody knows that they didn't put you up against true competition.
I mean,
Do you want to win that way?
I mean,
Okay, let's say.
how much money am I making?
It doesn't matter. But
It
let's
does.
say,
It
no,
does.
it doesn't. It doesn't. In your mind, in your heart. If it's you, and you're a pretty decent comedian,
Okay.
and you know that the other guys are definitely like
Better?
years behind in like they select, like, there's 10 guys that if they brought them in, you'd be like, I got to be on my fucking A game.
Yeah.
I got to handle it. But none of those guys get brought in. The guys they bring in are guys that you're like, man, they're still nervous on stage. Their delivery is bad. How come they're here with me? Like in your mind, you're like, is this a setup? Like, am I like they did this, huh? You 100% know.
I would be worried about me fucking up and really like, well, then I suck too.
Right, but I'm just saying, at that point.
But you see, you see it in fighting all the time. That doesn't make you a winner then. If you won the fight and that guy's not very good.
100%.
So then-
100%.
So then why do people get excited? Because you shouldn't be excited because you didn't win.
No, I agree.
You
There
know,
are certain promotions around, even here in Colorado, that
100%.
that they're propping up one fighter and making sure that
every promotion in Colorado does that. Every one of them. Every one of them. And if a fighter wins, then what are they excited for?
yeah. Well, I mean, if we're being completely transparent, and dude, I'll call my shit out in a minute. When Steve Alley switched my opponent back to a guy that I'd already beaten, I didn't take any pride in that win.
No, and you said that. But most of the other guys will.
Like when you and
Right?
I talked about it, I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, you did. You did say that. But everybody else is,
And Steve thought he could get away with it because that guy got really loud on social media.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it makes sense. And I
Yeah.
was like, it does.
Does it really?
It doesn't.
Yeah, no, like you did say that. But a majority of everybody else, like,
Yeah.
what are we excited for then?
Right. They're just like, it's a win.
Yeah. Like, I agree it's a
I
win,
fight
but,
who they put in front of me.
But you know, and my thoughts are
If you fight over the agreement of making sure that you always come out.
my thoughts are like, and I feel like it could be like this with the comedy. I don't think you can have a comedy competition. I don't. I don't. I just don't think, because I think everybody looks at stuff different and
Right.
fun. And but with fighting, it's like I tell people, they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a gimme fight." Okay, then treat it like that.
Well,
So the guy shouldn't last more than 10 seconds.
we both knew
Right.
that fight.
Yeah.
Was
but you didn't go
was
to
a layup.
But you didn't go to decision.
No.
You treated it like,
Finished in the first round.
and it is
just
what it-
discard of what's
yeah.
there.
And but that's what I don't understand. And I got on a couple guys like that at the gym. They took easy fights that
Yeah.
that they go up to, this place to fight, and I'm like, yeah, but you should be
Because it's a good paycheck and an easy win.
more of an easy win than a good paycheck.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a record pad.
Yeah. So to me, it's more of like, then treat it like that. What are we going to the second round for?
Sure.
Why are we getting to 4 minutes in?
Yeah, why are we wasting?
You know what I'm
if it's
saying?
there, if you're there
Yeah.
just for that win, just
And I feel like the rest of those guys, even doing
Yeah.
the comedy thing, like somebody should be able to see that it's not even close.
yeah. Well, and that's it. Like,
But I don't think, like, I agree. I don't think that you can have a comedy competition because everybody thinks different things are funny, and that's
Sure.
not fair
sure.
to the comedians.
Well, okay. Let's say you take a tournament style fighting competition, and we've seen this happen, where you take a guy who's been at the highest level, who maybe gets cut, but he's been to the highest level. Gets cut from that organization, and then you let him jump in and compete on a local circuit in a tournament.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know is going on there?
I mean, I know that.
I mean, it's great if David beats Goliath.
Yeah, which can possibly happen. Will it happen? Probably not.
But we've seen this situation.
I think that's for the promoters. I think they know if you get this certain name,
it's ticket sales.
You get ticket sales, and he will be happy because he's going to win the whole thing. So everybody's happy.
Sure. Is everybody happy?
I mean,
no. The promoter and that fighter are happy.
Exactly.
The other guys in the bracket are like, the fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like fight and gain experience to maybe get signed by that other organization.
Yes.
Not, I mean, there's the adage, if you are going to be a professional fighter, you should believe that you could be a world champion, and any fight is the fight to take.
Yeah.
But in reality, because you become a pro, your first fight as a pro does not say that you're ready. Like, are you ready for John Jones?
No. Yeah. No.
Your first pro fight? Are you ready for John Jones?
No. Hell no.
No, you got to figure some things out
Before
you get there. Yeah.
No. So that's dumb. Comedy competition's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I agree.
I mean, it can probably build your career if there's a lot of people that think you're funny and you didn't win.
And that's the thing. Even if you make it a popular vote, you're going to get comedians that are on, you're going to get comedians that are going to enter thinking that it's comedy versus comedy. But even if it's like a call-in vote or whatever, you're going to get guys that enter that already have a head start because they have a fan base already. Like, I would much rather see if it's a comedy type competition, I would much rather see it at guys who are basically on the same similar level. They're playing the same types of clubs. Their draws are similar. It's not this guy who's just working his ass off that they bring in, but he's only played a couple decent places, and then you get a guy that's getting featured on Kill Tony. Yeah. The guy that's getting featured on Kill Tony, who's still a very young, up-and-coming comedian, is just going to blow everybody out of the way. Why? Because he's going to have that presence behind it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's
it is what
stupid.
it is. It's snowing everywhere but here. Northeast is getting snow. Wyoming's getting snow. Yellowstone is on an advisory.
We're supposed to be getting snow.
Yeah.
Saturday, I thought.
Yeah, we get like 3 flakes that go side, and you're like, oh, there's the snow.
We're going to burn down, man. I'm telling you.
I hate it. There's snow everywhere but Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm not everywhere, but everywhere.
I mean.
Yeah.
No, we're going to burn down this year. And we're going to be on all kinds of water droughts, restrictions, or whatever.
You can't have a grill fire even.
Nope. And then you're probably going to get a ticket from the HOA because your grass is dead, but you can't water. So
right. It's just as dead as everybody else's right now.
Yeah, but
it's
just it's kind of a weird because the winter was weird.
No snow.
It was spring.
And it was warm.
It was like spring all year.
It was 60.
This is stupid. I'm not a fan of this. I'm kind of hoping we need some rain. I'm hoping for a lot of snow one time.
Just one big snow would
be good. One big, help out.
One big April storm. Those big soakers.
Yeah, where you just
the heaviest snow, and it's like, okay. We were talking about EVs the other day. So I went down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
I might be in.
Really? What do you have? You might be in, or do you think you have like something idea like a?
Nope. I just might be in.
Why?
Ford is releasing the 2027, which will come out, or by the end of this year.
Okay.
F-150. It's the E-REV. It's the extended range electric vehicle. And you were kind of talking about this technology. It has a small gas tank, like 12 or 15 gallon gas tank that can run a small motor, but the motor has nothing to do with the drivetrain. It's purely a generator that recharges your EV battery 700 plus miles.
Yeah. So
700 plus miles.
The Lord was telling me about the Dodge, so it must be Ford's coming out with it too. I wonder what it's going to
Ford's is supposed to be like better than the Dodge.
I would never buy a Dodge, but I would buy a Ford.
700-mile range, and you don't ever have to plug it in. If you don't want, you could plug it in at night,
but you don't have to.
But you don't have to, as long as you have gas in your gas tank. When you start it, that motor, all it's doing is running at optimal RPM, so it's not getting, there's no strain on the motor by pressing on the gas. Its only job is to create electricity that just charges the battery.
See? And the only reason, honestly, you have to fill up is because the gas runs out. Right?
Yeah.
So and then once the battery runs out, obviously.
So you could run your 700 miles.
Yeah. But
they're saying at 700 miles, you would probably be out of fuel and charge.
Yeah.
So if you at 500 miles, you just go fill the gas tank up, 15 gallons.
And then go another 5, 6?
700 miles.
What do you think it's costing?
Between 50 and 75.
You buy a brand new truck for that too. See?
Boom. Dang. Now I just needed to come autonomous driving.
It's not going to have that.
And that's perfect. It's a perfect vehicle at that point.
I don't want autonomous. You want?
Yes.
Just to do it or just to have it? Like, are you wanting?
Oh, I would use it.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
No, I wouldn't.
I would use it everywhere.
See, I would be okay. If that was featured and it took off some money, I'd be like, yeah, you could get rid of that feature.
No. Everywhere. I would just put the address into everything. I could get so much shit done.
No.
Yeah.
Dang. So
do you like driving though? Like you like to feel? I don't care about it.
Dang, I got to look this truck up because all that came up was a Silverado.
Nope. 2027 F-150 EREV. Let me leave you with the last thought, just to ruin every good dream you might have.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, that's a nice looking truck.
They're good looking, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You drive it.
Look at this. Ford to build a EREV Super Duty.
Yeah.
I would drive it. No, I would drive. It's the F-150's.
Good looking truck.
That's a nice truck.
Yeah.
You should be able to get some tax cuts on that too. Probably not because it's got gas,
but it's only generator gas.
That's true. Because you don't have to have it gas. You could plug it in if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me hear your thoughts.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm
Get
ready.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Close them. You're drifting off to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this thought pops in your head. Okay. You're like peacefully ready to go.
Yeah.
As of April of 2026, there are over 11 major serial killer murder investigations in the United States.
11
active serial killer investigations.
What is considered a serial killer? How many?
Serial? More than 2, probably 2 or 3. I don't know. 11? But there are currently 11.
With today's technology, how you got to be good.
That doesn't account for everything. Let me finish this thought for you.
All right. Let me close my eyes.
Okay, back to going to sleep. You're almost peaceful.
Yep.
Now you're thinking about that, and you're like, ooh, that's good.
Gosh.
The FBI also estimates that there are between 25 and 50 serial killers who aren't even on the radar.
How many?
25 to 50.
I'm awake.
That's it.
I woke up.
No sleep tonight. 25 to 50 serial killers active in the United States who aren't even registering as being investigated yet.
So if there's 50,
that's
every state has
every
one.
state. You could have one in every state, or you could have 5 in Colorado.
Yeah, that's wild.
Good night.
See, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Click the join button now to become a member and gain access to all the behind-the-scenes footage, including our hilarious outtakes. Join us weekly for our members-only live podcast, but only when you click that join button.